For 400 years, 3.5 million Nigerians were sold into slavery. But here's what they don't teach you. African chiefs didn't just collaborate, they built a business empire on selling their own people. Guns for humans, alcohol for families, mirrors for villages. This is how Nigeria's leaders became history's most tragic middlemen. Before Europeans arrived, slavery existed differently in Nigeria. War captives became house servants who could marry, own property, rise to power. Children of slaves were born free. It was absorption, not destruction. Then Portuguese ships appeared in 1444. Everything changed. Slavery became an industry. The Portuguese came with gifts no chief had seen. Guns that could win any war, mirrors that captured souls, rum that made men gods. They wanted slaves. At first, chiefs sent only criminals. Europeans wanted more. They offered more guns. Chiefs who refused watched gun-equipped neighbors conquer them, join the trade or become the product. The mathematics of horror: 1 gun equaled 5 slaves. 20 guns could conquer a village. Dahomey went from 16 guns to 5,000 in 50 years. Every kingdom faced the same choice: sell slaves for guns or be enslaved. The Arrow Confederacy created a fake oracle demanding human sacrifices, really a slave trading front. Chiefs became CEOs of human trafficking. Chiefs started manufacturing wars to capture slaves. The Yoruba civil wars weren't about land. They were harvest seasons for humans. Whole villages would wake surrounded, everyone enslaved, scattered across Earth. King Gezo admitted, "The slave trade is the ruling principle of my people." The Aro people created history's cruelest con. Their oracle at Arochukwu was supposedly God's voice, judging disputes. Thousands sought divine justice. Those found guilty were told they'd be eaten by the god, instead smuggled through tunnels to slave ships. For 200 years, people sent relatives to this oracle, never knowing they were selling them. Lagos became slavery's African headquarters. The Oba taxed every slave, 2% of humans exported. Badagry had 40 slave barracoons. Chiefs branded slaves like cattle, forced them to walk around trees to forget home. The point of no return still stands. 3.5 million passed through. Chiefs knew what happened on slave ships. European captains showed them the chains, the tiny spaces. Death rates hit 40%. Chiefs didn't care. Chief Tinubu became Nigeria's richest woman selling slaves. King Jaja monopolized palm oil and slave trade simultaneously. They knew. Some chiefs resisted. The Igbo village Umunoha moved underground, living in caves. King Agaja fought slavers until European warships bombarded his coast. Chiefs who refused watched their people starve as Europeans blocked other trade. Most chose to become slavers. 1807, Britain banned slave trading, then convinced Nigerian chiefs they were saving Africa. The same British merchants now bought palm oil from the same chiefs using the same slave labor. King Dokimo signed away Lagos to Britain in 1861, thinking they were partners. Exploitation just changed form. The numbers: 3.5 million Nigerians sold to Europeans, 2 million to Arab traders. Entire regions depopulated. Yoruba lost a third of their population. Some Igbo areas lost 70%. Chiefs got rich while Nigeria collapsed. Today's ethnic conflicts trace directly to slave raid patterns. Today, many Nigerians don't know their chiefs sold slaves. It's barely taught in schools. Descendants of slave trading chiefs are now senators, governors, traditional rulers. When UNESCO tried preserving slave sites, some chiefs resisted. Nigeria celebrates independence from colonialism, but won't confront how its leaders collaborated in selling millions. Every year, African Americans visit Badagry seeking roots. They find records showing which chiefs sold their ancestors. DNA tests reveal exact villages. The descendants of sellers meet descendants of the sold. Both carry trauma. The chief's betrayal created wounds 400 years hasn't healed. The patterns persist. Modern trafficking networks operate through Nigeria. Young people promised legitimate work abroad, find exploitation instead. The same ports that shipped slaves now see desperate youth boarding planes to uncertain futures. Officials profit from their people's desperation. Different century, same betrayal. Young Nigerians are asking why chief families who got rich from slavery still rule. Why slave trading bloodlines remain Nigeria's elite? Some demand reparations from these families, not just Europe. The hardest truth, Africa's development was destroyed not just by Europeans who bought slaves, but by African leaders who sold them. This barely scratches the surface of Africa's hidden history. If you want more untold truths they don't teach in schools, follow, like, comment.